Hello.
Hello.
I'm Callum.
And I'm Nick.
And this is That's Eurovision, baby. Yes, we understand that Eurovision may just be a week in the calendar for some of you, but for us, it is a yearly obsession. So we want to share all things Eurovision with you guys, and we just want to have a good little chinwag about it.
Exactly. And boy, do we have some stuff to share with you this week.
Yes, so we have been away for about a fortnight in terms of recording an episode. Yeah. For you guys, you wouldn't have even seen it through the magic of post-production and editing. It looks like we're recording every single week.
And that's what I call a release schedule, baby.
But we actually didn't record an episode last week because not a lot of Eurovision songs coming out. I think we only had about 3 songs between Armenia's national selection. I think we got Azerbaijan and Iceland. And that was it. So we thought, let's bank them up and then do a bigger episode with everything that's come out this last 7 days. And oh boy.
Like a squirrel storing nuts for the winter, we have been collecting all throughout the week, and we have got 9 fantastic songs to share with you.
Yes. Now, for those of you who maybe don't know how time zones work, there is a 10th song. Croatia's final is happening Sunday night Europe time, but unfortunately, when you live in Australia in an entirely different time zone, that is early Monday morning, and we have full-time jobs. So we thought we'll cover the 9 songs and then tack Croatia into maybe our next recap episode.
Exactly, because I feel that we could stay up till 3 a.m, but unfortunately, whatever caffeine-filled delusion that I'd be presenting is probably not the image that we're trying to present so early in our podcasting careers.
And I'm sure your boss would love being like, "Oh, why are you so tired today?" And it's like, "Well, let me tell you."
I'm just out here having a go. I'm just feeling the energy.
I can't tell you about my job right now, but God, I can talk about Croatia's national selection.
Yeah, she wants to hear numbers. She wants to hear facts and figures. Well, let me tell you, Croatia absolutely coming through. Probably.
I don't know, actually. We haven't heard of that, but
we'll get to that next time.
That's for next time. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of songs that have come out since we last spoke about it, and I'm ready to dive right into it.
I'm ready to get into it as well.
But our first song I'm going to talk about, actually, we spoke about last time we spoke about A Super Sad Day because we're talking about Italy, Nick.
Yeah. So, shame to go through it again.
Yeah.
But, of course, with the news that Ollie has declined the invitation to go from Sanremo to the big stage, we, of course, instead will be seeing Lucio Corsi with his song Volevo essere duro.
Ooh.
Thank you.
He's Italian. So Lucio, he came runner-up to Sanremo this year, and Sanremo is a really prestigious contest to Italy, and I think for a lot of people who win it, like, their dream isn't necessarily to go on the Eurovision stage, and I believe Ollie had like a tour planned already, so he's made the decision not to participate. Here we are with a song that I think is better.
I would probably agree.
Yeah.
Now, of course, Sanremo is really functionally a song contest in its own right, with the secondary benefit of choosing a Eurovision winner.
Yes.
So not the first time, and probably not the last that we'll see this.
Famously, Sanremo inspired Eurovision. Yeah. So it's more prestigious in like a lot of circles. But thoughts and feelings about the song overall?
I like it.
Yeah.
I wish that there were a way that it was more easily accessible to watch and listen to on YouTube, because at current they have really 1 minute. Yeah, they have 1 minute clips, or they have a 6-minute music video, and unfortunately, I'm sure that the love and intention is there with the music video, but they ended up interrupting the song itself quite a lot for the bits that they were doing. I quite enjoy it. I think, as you said when we spoke about this off camera. Gives a little bit of Elton John.
Yes.
It gives me a little bit of like the Commodores. It's just like, it's a fun kind of like ambly rock song.
Yeah. I think what I like about it is it reminds me of the UK. It reminds me of kind of, music coming out of Britain, especially around like, and this might be niche, but let me know if you understand what I'm saying. Music coming out of the UK around like the late 90s, early 2000s. Think like the soundtrack to Love Actually sort of vibes.
Robbie Williams.
Robbie Williams is exactly what I was thinking.
It gives me a lot of Robbie Williams.
It's like an Italian Robbie Williams. Totally. Not in like a rock DJ, let me entertain you way. In like, what's the song? Angels.
Yeah. Very Angels. Or it also gives me a little bit of like Me and Miss Jones from the Bridget Jones soundtrack.
But do you see what I'm saying? It's like, it feels like this song in my head would soundtrack a British rom-com in the early 2000s. And I really liked that.
Yeah, I quite enjoy it. I think that it brings a fun and different energy to Eurovision. It will be a little bit down-tempo.
Yes.
Do I see a path to this winning Eurovision? I do not.
No.
But I think, like, Italy generally always places quite well.
Yeah, and the Italians are going to turn out for this, and, like, Italy's going to place highly just because that's what they do.
Yeah.
I will say, look, I do think it's a slight downgrade from Angelina Mango. I think we had some real exciting momentum with Italy. I thought maybe they were going to try and do maybe something a little bit different, but they've gone back to their masculine Italian roots. I do like that Lucio seems to represent maybe a little bit more of a androgynous sort of not just traditionally masculine representation. I feel like does come out of Sanremo constantly, so that's a positive.
Yeah.
But really surprised by this song from what I saw clips of to listening to the whole package. I was like, no, actually, this is quite good.
Yeah.
Quite strong.
I quite enjoyed it. I think that it's a bit different. Again, I also think, like, I don't think that we saw anything very different to this anywhere within the top 4 of Sanremo this year. I think that they were all...
Yeah, they all sort of felt like
of a similar ilk.
Yeah.
Until we got to, say, like, 5th or 6th with Georgia.
Yeah. The fun songs all kind of like fell out very quickly this year.
But that's okay. So I think this is a fun one. I'm interested to see how it goes. And I'm very interested to see what the staging package will be, because I think it's going to be a little bit Duncan Lawrence.
I'm a bit of Sam Ryder maybe with like the guitar, like, you know, the
maybe like because the music video gives like kind of a fun, quirky energy.
Yeah,
so
excited to see it.
If we can see some of that brought to the stage, it will be interesting to see how it goes.
And yes, so officially the Italian song.
Yeah, officially, definitely confirmed.
Lock it in, Eddie.
We almost definitely will not be reporting on Italy again before the contest comes. But if not, stay tuned.
Yeah. Moving on then from a pretty good song to a pretty bad song.
Yeah.
We're talking Armenia's entry. It's Parg with Survivor. I don't really like Imagine Dragons, so an Imagine Dragons ripoff really isn't doing that much for me.
And say what you will about, I believe his name is Dan, the lead singer of Imagine Dragons.
Oh, I was like, no, it's Parg.
No. Say what you will about Dan, the lead singer of Imagine Dragons. He can sing.
Yeah.
I'm quite disappointed in this entry from Armenia.
Yeah, that live performance.
Yeah. Like, I don't dislike the song. It's okay. It's very self-empowerment, Imagine Dragons, We Are the Thunder, like Lightning Among Us sort of ballad.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the vocal performance that I saw in the final was rough.
Yeah, what vocal performance?
Yeah, it was rough. And unfortunately, I think that we also saw a slightly more impressive battle armor, single arm armor sleeve motif from Norway. Not 2 nights before.
Apparently, Carl Alessandro has said that he's planning on changing his staging because of the thematic link with Armenia. So that's sad that our favorite night entry may not be a night in Basel, but that's okay.
That's okay. Thoughts and feelings?
Yeah, I'm going to be a bit harsher because I really dislike this genre of music. The kind of gravelly tones and the kind of... Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but just that very specific Imagine Dragons sound that is perfect for ads. That is... Oh, no, it's royalty-free music. This is the kind of thing that you put behind like a Totally Workwear ad with some like steel cup boot like smashing in the mud and being like, you know... all-terrain boots.
This is a song that's meant to go in the back of a Ford Ranger advert.
Yes.
There is meant to be a small pickup truck working its way across some muddy slopes, and there's lots of four-wheel drive happening, and Survivor by Parg is playing over the top of the recommended retail price.
Yes.
I don't love this. It's kind of sad because Jacko was one of my favorite songs of last
Armenia
year.
has fallen.
Yeah. It feels like Italy and Armenia both went the same direction and just went...
I actually think, and we'll get to some of the more entries on the list, but I actually think that this year is a bit of the countries that normally are not quality have sort of woken up, and some of the ones that maybe
were having a good run,
having pretty good runs, are like falling off.
Because I think if we pan back to our 2024 recap that we did, we were actually very loudly confident that Armenia was on a good trajectory and that we were going to see a win from them in the next couple of years.
Slovenia too.
Yeah.
And look at both of them.
Maybe I'm hoping this is a speed bump.
Yeah, look, one bad entry does not make your country bad.
No.
Like that's just how it is.
Yeah.
And I think that unfortunately this song is dated in a way that isn't like timeless. It's dated in a way that's a bit like cringe.
It's of its era, and unfortunately that era was 10 years ago.
That era is not now.
Yeah.
But we'll leave it there.
Yeah, like I don't actively hate this song. I kind of nothing it.
Yeah, that's a good way. It's in the lower section.
Yeah.
Yes.
Still better than Slovenia.
Yeah, that's not hard.
Anyway, we'll move on. So who have we got next? So we've got Azerbaijan, which we have not seen staging for, a song that was just selected and released. We've got Run With You by Mamagama.
By Wagamama.
By Madagama.
Yes.
Matahari.
Mamagama.
I kind of like this song.
Yeah, it's giving Foster the People. It's giving early 2000s indie pop rock, Two Door Cinema Club, like all that stuff. Yeah. So if you like that, like you'll like this song.
Yeah, the music video is a bonko. It's a bit stupid.
It's giving a bit film student. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like when I was in film school, I made something that looked like this.
I thought it was silly. I enjoyed it. I still don't. From watching the music video, I still don't know if I fully understand what the song is about.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed some lovely cameos from previous Azerbaijani entries.
I didn't.
I did because I love Terrell Terrell.
Yeah.
Or Trunks Terrell, whichever way around is this. This song, I think it's fun.
It's fun. That's a very good word.
Yeah,
fun.
And I think it's very much within its own genre this year.
Yes.
I don't think that there's anything else really like it.
I was saying to you, though, I think this song, I'm putting in quite a high risk of non-qualifying simply because it's fun.
Yeah.
But it's not, if you want rock, you're going to get better rock. Mm-hmm. If you want sort of like, if you want party fun songs, you're going to get much more intense ones of that. Okay. If you want pop, you're going to get better pop. This song's going to fall through the cracks. I think it's going to be forgotten. I think Azerbaijan's looking at a 3-year NQ streak. This is the best of the last couple of... this is the best Azerbaijani song since Matahari, like easily. But yeah, I think Azerbaijan, like I appreciate the direction. I appreciate going down that like early 2010s indie pop route. Yeah. It is a catchy song. But we'll see. Prove me wrong. Maybe you'll make it through this year.
I'm definitely interested to see how it goes. I think
if they try to bring that bloody robot motif on the stage, though, and they try to construct him, bin. I am like turning.
Anyway, we'll jump along to the next one. So next we have Iceland with Róa by Væb. Now I'm certain that I mispronounced some of that, so I do apologize. Callum,
I think it's just pronounced like vibe.
Sea shanty ahoy.
Yeah, justice for Unger and Freya, honestly. Like, finally, we're getting some, like, EDM sea shanty music, and I've always wanted more of this at Eurovision, because it's such a fun genre.
It really is. And because I feel like we've gotten, I feel like Alessandra with Queen of Kings.
Yes, very that.
But I think they've turned up they've turned down the EDM and turned up the sea shanty.
Yeah.
Which I love. Have seen a lot of people online congratulating Jedward on their third selection for Eurovision.
Look, it's giving a slightly more manic version of Ed. Well, manic's not the wrong word, because if you saw Jedward perform, you'd kind of understand. It's giving a more, what would you say, it's crazy, it's party version of Jedward.
A much more constructed and supported with backing dancers. Like, I think that we need to give our flowers to those backup dancers.
Oh, yeah.
They put their entire puss on the line.
Popping and locking.
Oh, like, I was tired just watching it.
I will say, I have some notes on the staging of this song and the fact that get rid of whatever that awful cartoon sea creature slapping... Get rid of that. Like, that's awful.
Yeah.
But I do love the little boat thing you did. That was stupid.
Yeah.
Maybe lean more into the boat a little.
Bring a full like 40-foot sailing vessel.
Get a full fishing trawler on that Eurovision stage in Basel.
I would love that. The Swiss have got the money; they could afford it.
Erica Vickman's coming down on a microphone. Vibe coming down on a 40-ton fishing trawler. Just fish spilling out into the stage.
Just full of fish. Yeah. No, I really enjoy this song.
Yeah.
Again, I do feel bad because I feel that there's so many songs that I'm saying, like, I just don't see a path to it winning. This is another one of those, but I do see it qualifying, so that will be nice for Iceland.
Look, we'll do a full-blown recap of what we think is going to qualify and what we don't think is going to qualify. I will
Closer to the date.
I will say I am concerned for Iceland because I think that you've got Tommy Cash, you got Gojo, who we're going to talk about. I do think that there's the kind of...
We're not at a shortage of silly this year.
The silly party songs, I do worry this is not going to get the votes because certain other countries are going to steal them, but that's for another episode. I'm so excited. I think Iceland has chosen the only possible song for it to be able to choose after letting Birgo go. Like, we were angry. We genuinely thought, Iceland, you're not qualifying this year. And
refer back to our Robbed Divas episode.
Very much. But similar to Norway, which chose the only song it could have possibly chose, I think Iceland has done the same and has sort of redeemed itself a little bit. So, honestly, Iceland, good work. I shake your hand.
I think that we are having a very good year this year in terms of there only being one or two good selections available for a particular country, but them not cocking it up.
Yes.
And actually choosing to send that song.
And a lot of countries maybe are cocking it up with their choices. And so it's a really interesting dynamic this year. I think certain countries you thought would choose quality are not, and certain other ones are. So good on them.
Now, Callum.
Yes.
What I would love for you to do right now, this is a post-production note. I would love for you to put an Australian flag behind me, and I would love for you to get a bit of Waltzing Matilda on the go. Because we are about to talk about Australia. We're about to talk about Gojo and Milkshake Man.
Yes. Wow.
One thing that I will not accept right now is comments about bias, because I am absolutely biased to this song. As an Australian, thank you. This song, we needed this. And I think we needed this bad. I love this song.
It's really good.
It's really, really good.
It's going to make the people who hate fun songs so mad, and that kind of makes me happy.
Like, I love how horny this year's Eurovision is, and I love that we are just building and building on that. I think that Australia really needed to send a silly song, because I do think that sometimes we do fall into that same cadence of... We're Australian, we're very serious. We're going to send a very serious song, and it's going to be very fun. It's not going to be very fun, but it's going to be very serious.
Yeah.
And we do well.
Well, I've always said that my theory with Australia is that we try to imitate a little bit of Sweden and try to go for a refined pop music, which will do us well. But unlike Sweden, we lack a level of budget and also support. People don't really support Sweden, but you know what I'm saying. Like, the jury doesn't support us like they support Sweden, so we just always fall flatter.
Yeah. And then we always tend to fall down in the televote as well.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of people who are like, why is Australia there?
No. But I think this song is fantastic. Gojo, well done. Shout outs from Alpo, our Prime Minister.
Yeah, our actual Prime Minister listening to the song.
On national radio. I think that this song is kind of perfect for Eurovision. I think it's fun. It builds up when it needs to. It's got a call and response crowd bit. And then it kind of goes off afterwards. And yeah, I'm keen for your thoughts, though, because I feel I've taken a lot of this space.
Look, I'm probably not as... this is the song Australia needed as you. I think Voyager's song is still better. I think Kate Miller-Heidke's song is better. I think Dami Im's song is better. I think that where I do appreciate this is if Voyager has taught us anything, or even Kate, it's that I do think we do better when we're having fun with Eurovision. And I think when Australia, we're really good, I think, at sharing fun and a levity. So I think this is a perfect vehicle to do that. I will say, let's be honest here, the staging of Electric Fields last year was lacking, and I was thinking to myself, is Australia just stopping investing in Eurovision? I need to see, this is the perfect song to go all out in staging, and I'm talking, get an ice cream van on that stage. I'm talking, I wish they could, make milkshakes and have milk pouring out everywhere. That's probably not great.
Yeah, that seems
like sticky for the next performer.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of cleanup before the next act.
Not going to be doing that. But but that last part of the song where it goes insanely crazy, this could be something really cool on the Eurovision stage, and I think we could actually do pretty well on a televote.
I think that this will be...
Which is unheard of for Australia.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that this will be the year that we actually resonate quite well with the televote. Because normally when we do well, we rely on the jury.
Yes.
Thank you very much, jury.
Thank you.
But we always tend to do quite poorly in the televote.
Yeah.
As seen by last year, where the semi-final selection was thrown to the televote only, and we did not participate.
But we didn't participate by one place. Anyway, but I'm not angry.
I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I'm not angry at you, Eurovision.
But no, closing thoughts for me is that I think we have a really fun song this year. I'm really excited to see how it translates on the stage. I think that the only thing to consider is I don't think any countries thought that this many kind of fun party man songs would be competing.
But it's the 69th Eurovision.
I don't know if it's the 69 of it all. I don't know if it's just the current political state and we need a bit of fun in our lives. But it's interesting seeing just how many songs are being released that are kind of fun. But dare I say, I think ours is the funnest.
Yeah. I personally look forward to Tommy Cash single-handedly fixing the situation with America.
Tommy Cash NQing because Australia takes all the televote points from him.
Oh, no. No.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
Yeah.
Especially not when he's got excellent marketing behind him.
Oh, my God.
For reference, just trying to find a clip of Italy's song online this morning, and the first 3 slots coming up as Tommy Cash.
Nick searches Eurovision 2025 Italy. And the first search result that comes up is Espresso Macchiato by Tommy Cash.
And then I'm the next 2 videos were reaction to Espresso Macchiato by Tommy Cash.
Tommy Cash, you got on that SEO. I tip my hat to you.
I tip my hat to you, sir.
Anyway. We'll park Australia and Estonia there, and we'll move on to our next song in the running. Another internal selection. We're talking about the Netherlands with Claude and his song C'est la vie. Really beautiful
song.
I think this is winning music video of the year. The kind of art direction and budget they've put behind this music video is genuinely impressive. Claude's dancing is incredibly powerful. I like a lot about this song. I'm hearing it in contention of jury sweep and winner pick, and I disagree. Nick, Give me your...
I'm okay with this song.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people are having a very emotional reaction to this song that maybe I don't share. I think that there's a child element to it that I hate kids.
You've never healed your inner child, so
I've never
know.
healed my inner child. My inner child is still raging inside me, and he is angry. But yeah, I think that the emotional element to it probably doesn't strike with me as much as it does with a larger percentage of the Eurovision audience. Especially, it seems like maybe older people and
probably people with
parents.
Children. Yeah.
I am not that.
I hope they don't bring a child on stage. Because again, it's like what we said about Azerbaijan. Don't do your music video on stage. This is a beautiful. You've done something really beautiful in your music video, and that's fantastic. The staging make it different.
Yeah, I agree. I like this song. I think it's lovely. I think maybe it needed to go somewhere.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Yes.
But also. I feel like at a similar time last year, I was saying the same thing about Slimane.
True.
And then he went somewhere more. So I'm excited to see how this one comes to the stage.
I think Claude could pull out something really special, and I've not considered that, and I actually agree. I think we could be here not really playing it that much, and then see it live, and through maybe some really tight choreo and some beautiful vocals, be absolutely blown away by it. So I do you know what I'm going to compare this to? And it's not sonically, but conceptually, is Lithuania's song this year, Catharsis, where I can appreciate that this song is extremely well done, kind of doing it genre flawlessly. But it's just not a genre that I connect with. And so therefore I can appreciate the song, but I just can't I'm not going to be playing it too much.
Exactly.
And again, I'm not a big fan of that sort of his song reminds me a lot of anything by Stromae, the Belgian artist. Arguably, if you studied French or had French class in school, you were probably played Papouté, and it's giving very that energy. was never a big fan of that genre, that francophone genre, and so it's giving a bit of that. And I also think that chorus, "C'est la 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 vie," I just think it kind of is a bit mid, that chorus, when you've got such a beautiful verse. I just wanted that to punch up.
But again, I think really excited to see what this one looks like on the stage.
Really excited, yes.
Because I think, honestly, for this one, I think that the staging will be make or break.
Yeah, completely agree.
Yeah, I think the performance that gets brought on the day, because for reference, last year I think I had Slemen in like 13th place.
Oh, really?
Until we saw the semi.
And up in the ranking.
And then it went up to 5th.
I mean, we say it every episode, Bambi Thug.
Bambi Tug. So yeah.
Yeah,
interesting to see what happens.
It's quality. It's bringing quality. It's bringing production. I think it's an easy qualifier to the national final, to the grand final.
But is it fashion?
But is it fashion? It's fashion.
But is it fashion?
It's fashion. Next we have Serbia. Serbia had the national finals. I believe the artist name is like Princ.
Yeah, I'm going to say Princ.
Princ with Mila. Eurovision 992 is back on.
Yeah.
Wow, what a throwback.
Yeah.
In a derogatory.
Vocally, fantastic.
Yeah.
Mans can sing.
Yeah.
Despise the staging.
What is this song? I'm so confused. Okay. Go on.
Despise the staging. The floating down on the moon was kind of fun.
No, can you tell you what? Okay, I have a rant here. He's on a crescent moon, floating. Projected behind him is a full moon. So he's on a moon in front of a moon. How? Why is there a moon behind you when you're on a moon?
Because there's moons in his heart.
And moons on his butt?
No. Yeah, the floating down on the crescent moon, sure, fun. Why not? The faces and the reaching to the woman in the staging, hate.
The AI generated faces too.
Oh. The song, nothing. The vocal performance, again, I think was really quality. And I think will be really key to this song not qualifying, but not qualifying in the top 2 or 3 slots of the not qualifiers.
Really?
I don't see this song qualifying.
This song's not qualifying in the bottom 2 or 3 slots.
No.
This is probably last place in its NQ. You didn't talk about the rose, Nick. What about the rose motif?
First of all, and I can't believe that this is the second time that I'm already saying this year, Pink, get down.
Yeah, why is Pink back?
Why is that woman spinning?
Too much.
She is spinning. She is spinning at a tempo that I wish the song would go. The rose motif, I still remember sitting there watching it. I saw him stick his hand into his pocket. I was like, he better not pull out that fucking rose. And then lo and behold, 5 seconds later, oh, yep, there it is.
Yep.
For me, this goes in the category with Slovenia. I'm sure this is lovely to someone. This song does absolutely nothing for me.
It's just dated. Armenia's song is stuck in 2013. This song's stuck in this song frustrates
1913.
Yeah, it's kind of
I'm being dramatic, sorry.
Eurovision took a long time to enter the 21st century, and I think a lot of people sort of thought it was tacky and a bit
yeah.
Why do you watch that? Because the song quality was always that's not what's being played in the radio. And we kind of broke out of that over the last 10 to 15 years. We can thank Lorene's Euphoria.
But there are some people that are trying to bring that back.
I think Serbia really said, what if I just threw us right back to what we were making in the Eurovisions of the 2000s and the 90s? And maybe some people will like that.
I'm sure that there are some people
I am not one of those people.
Yeah. And I would say that as every year passes, the people that want that, more and more of them die. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're making you're making music for a rapidly diminishing audience.
Diminishing returns audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to make Gen Z music, guys.
Exactly. You got to make
you got to make Gen Alpha music.
Yeah. If I can't
some Cocomelon music.
If I can't do a TikTok dance to your song,
that's true.
I ain't voting for that.
Yeah. If I don't see 3 blueberries spinning around as you're staging behind you, to entice the children, then like, what are you doing?
I literally can't wait for that.
The Cocomelon
Kids have got
staging.
iPads. Yeah. Get them on the Eurovision app. They can vote.
That's true. Get them voting in droves for your song. Yeah. That's the untapped market.
I think that the song that will win is the one that goes into partnership with Cocomelon and has a direct link from the Cocomelon like page to their song.
Maybe Australia should have sent Bluey this year for Eurovision. Yeah. See? Next year, guys. Next year. Keep it in mind.
Write that down.
Yeah.
Write that down. Someone write that down. Do we have an assistant? Write that down.
Joe?
Do you write that?
Yeah.
You got
cool. Okay. We're coming out of the darkness, guys. We're emerging through the woods. And what's that? That's a light at the end of the tunnel. Even though we're in a forest, we're now in a tunnel and we're coming out of it. I see the light because we woke up this morning to 2 more national finals. Both having done the miraculous thing of choosing the correct artist.
You had a very small pool to choose from, and you picked the right one. And I believe in you. Germany. Thank you.
Germany coming through for the first time ever in Eurovision history and not disappointing me. Like,
jeez.
I mean it. When has Germany not been shit at Eurovision?
Larv.
Yeah.
Oh, larv.
Debatable. That we have Abor and Tynna with Bala. If you listen to the recorded version of this song, you'll understand why we're quite excited about it.
Yep.
It's a club track. It's giving DJ producer with vocalist, which I love. We don't really get that at Eurovision.
Yeah. Call us generic. Call us basic. Yeah. Say that we only like the same thing when it gets sent. Okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then cry when your ethnic ballad doesn't qualify.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say the staging and the performance needs a lot of work.
So, yes.
Yeah. But the song slaps.
I think this is a really great example of like, this song has potential and we didn't let the staging turn us off it because like so much stuff can be improved for Eurovision. And I think if you have the bones of an incredible song and you've got a vocalist who can do the job and you've got a production to it that is good, then you just have to dial it up, right? This has all of that. Yeah. I think that our poor lead vocalist, Eva, she did get a bit tired by the end. You could hear by that last chorus, she wasn't hitting those notes.
Just get her on the treadmill for a couple of weeks.
Hit the cardio. I think like maybe invest in some really like slay sort of costuming, but I don't know, I really like their style as it is. I think just turn it up, and I think if we can get the levels right too, like her vocals a bit louder, or the production the reverse, get the production a bit louder, and we really play into the sort of club atmosphere of this song, I think this is going to be really exciting.
I think it'll be really good. And, regardless, we're going to be seeing it in the grand final.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing how it performs. I think that the song itself is really good. I do think that the vocals and the stage performance do need a lot of work and support.
Completely agree.
We need to get some support for that girl. I don't even care if she stands still on a plinth and they just get dancers going around.
Yeah, that's okay. Fine.
If that's what she needs to be able to like sort of stay on the note and stay on the beat, all good. We got work to do, but I'm excited to see where this one goes because I do think, if anyone's got the bloody money for it, it's Germany.
And we've been playing the song a lot on the playlist, and every time it comes on, I'm always just like,
really hope Germany picks it.
And
really hope Germany picks it. Really hope Germany picks it. And then we woke up this morning. And they did!
Yeah.
What a pleasant surprise.
From Germany.
Because I was not betting on this winning.
No, I thought Germany would just pick another, like, generic, bland song that, like, it would get completely forgotten. And here we are. And so, yeah, I'm just actually so pleased Germany making my top 10 ranking for the first time.
Yeah. And it seems... so I base a lot of my hope and support for Eurovision on the My Eurovision Scoreboard app. Shout out. So I always love to watch because I love to see what you guys are thinking. I love to see what the world of Eurovision is thinking about songs and seeing if maybe am I delusional or am I with the people?
Or are you in the Euro bubble, which is collectively delusional?
Exactly. But I think looking in the My Eurovision Scoreboard app, I think this song is already performing very well, which is quite nice to see because I'm hoping hoping that you see the vision that I see. I think that there is so much potential here. I think it could be a really good song. Again, is it going to win? No. But I see so much potential here, and I just really think that if we can tighten up that stage performance and the vocal performance, I really think that Germany's got something.
This song's just going to come on at that final at a time, and I think it's going to breathe life into the contest. And I don't know, it just, we get a lot of dance music, we get a lot of like electronic, but we don't normally get this genre of like more sort of, I don't know how do you explain this genre. It's like a cool EDM, like a cool girl EDM.
Yeah, because it's not like super rave club EDM.
It's not clean rave,
but it's quite fun. It's upbeat. Like I'd call it maybe like Avicii style EDM, but a bit less coded for straight people.
Can I use a reductive statement? It's the most brat-coded song of the year. It is, and I love that.
Yeah, okay,
it's definitely like that kind of Charlie genre of electronic. But again, that's so popular. Do it. Like I'm so excited for Germany, and I never thought I would say that. So excited.
Another thing that I never thought I would say: Denmark.
I've always believed in Denmark. I need everyone to know this. Go on.
Again. Thank you.
Thank you for choosing the one song. The one song.
So we woke up this morning as well to Denmark's selection of Hallucination by Sissal.
Yeah. This is kind of this is our ideal genre of like just girly pop, but like with a little bit more of a clubby edge, I'd say, is our.
I could see like Loreen releasing this song.
I agree, actually. Yeah, it is giving like sort of in her field. It's an exciting song. This song, again, when we first heard it recorded and played it in like the car or whatever, we were like, we
can't wait to see them not pick this.
Yeah.
This song slaps. One thing I will say, stop turning the wind machine on behind her.
Yeah, it was coming.
She cannot see. Way. She cannot see what she's doing, and she spent most of that period of time just, especially, and I believe that one of the lyrics was, but now I see, like, as she literally had covering her full hair across her face, which was quite funny. So maybe put it back in. Yeah, put it back in.
Joe, did you get that?
Yeah, Joe, yeah, put it back in. So I think that this staging needs work. Again, I feel like it's almost not fair to review it based on national final staging.
Yeah, before we go into staging, I'll just say, like, she sounds like the recorded version of the song.
She sounds...
That is impressive.
Incredible.
Like, her belting at the end of this song, sounding exactly like what I heard in, like the recorded version. I was like, okay.
Almost better.
Like, that is going to do very well at Eurovision, that level of vocal control. Yeah. But, yes, I don't know if this was the case for all the Danish entries. We just watched hers, but there was no staging.
We watched hers and we said, well, that'll do.
Yeah.
Well,
end it.
Well, that's the end.
So my issues were just, she didn't, okay, if you're going to not have staging, don't have two half-assed dances. Because then...
And don't put them in weird mesh masks.
They were just distracting more than they were anything. And then my other thing is, it's like, I don't know if it's the drag racer in me, but I was like... That bodysuit in green, like Michelle Visage would have an aneurysm looking at you right now. Like, this is something that put you in the bottom 2 of a design challenge. Like, I'm pretty sure we just watched a queen go home for designing like a bodysuit in green. So like, it's just but
I will say she lip synced for her life.
She definitely lip synced.
She ate that stage.
But
not Michelle Visage.
In saying that, I'm not like Germany. I don't think I'm that concerned because I have faith that this will be elevated and look complete. Like, for example, I don't think Finland needs to change a thing. Like, Erica's song is ready for the Eurovision stage.
Oh, yeah.
But I think Denmark...
Get her some pockets.
Yeah.
Fill them with sand.
Yeah. Yes. I think Denmark needs more sand. I think everyone needs more sand in their life. No, I think I see, like, ironically, wind machine, but I think, like, slicked back hair... Like wind machine, the sort of like imagine if they I'm getting technical now. Imagine if they stripped down the frame rate so it was like a bit like and like neon lights kind of going by like that.
Like a little bit strobe lights by Sebastian.
A little bit strobe
by Red Sebastian.
And to be fair, I think the two are very like they're twinsies. And I'd love to see both of them in the grand final.
And
That'd be
we
so good.
will,
and we
because
will.
I live in an entitled reality where what I want to hear goes on the Eurovision stage with no exceptions.
Look, I think that we'll have to bring up the semi-final lists and see what the vibes are. I think Denmark has every chance to qualify this year. But we're saying that about everyone.
Yeah.
And then it makes me scared for countries like Latvia.
Well, it's okay because we're definitely not saying it about Slovenia and we're definitely not saying it about Armenia.
Or Serbia.
So I feel like we've already got a couple of NQs lined up and waiting to go.
It's just, yeah.
Let's just hope that they don't all fall into the same semi.
Or hope that, yeah, that's true actually.
Yeah,
yes, no, yeah. We need the sacrificial lambs.
Yeah, because if all of those fall into the same semi, then I fear we may be in trouble.
The semis have been decided. We just need to see the list.
Yeah. But we will go into that in another episode where we look at semi-final by semi-final.
We'll be doing our predictions.
Who's Qing? Who's NQing?
And we'll be fighting because we disagree. No, but I'm just really like woke up this morning with Germany and Denmark really making like because
honestly I might buy a lotto ticket because
are you betting on Denmark winning the whole thing?
Well, no, oh God no. Sorry, Sissal. But I might buy a lotto ticket because I feel like this is probably like the 6th or 7th time now where we've been like, oh, there's only one that could be sent for X country.
Oh, yeah. And it has been.
And it almost feels like we're having a little bit too much luck at the moment because normally we wake up and they've just sent
They've gone rogue.
Some shit. But this time, every time we woken up, I'm like, oh no, they picked it. Oh, they did it.
Well, I was literally about to say, like, I'm still kind of, I'll be very honest, I'll be very raw and real on this podcast. I have been a little bit disappointed by the rollout of songs. I think we had that first super sad day where we got Erika Vikman and Tautamitis and Miriana, and I was like so energetic. And then I just feel like we just got a lot of mid songs that I kept like dragging down on my Eurovision ranking, down. And I'll be honest, even like the last fortnight, you know, with the likes of Armenia and Azerbaijan and like Serbia and whatnot, like I like Australia's songs. So I was like, oh, that's really fun. Or Iceland comes through and you're like, that's really fun, but it's not even touching my top 5.
Yeah, it's a drip feed.
Feeling like really drip fed with some mid songs. And I think Denmark and Germany have sort of relit something of like, okay, we're getting some more fun again. And I think that it almost helps me respect the Netherlands more. I know this is going to sound really random, but then it like, oh, now I can see the placement of a really well-produced, beautiful song in this mix now.
Yeah, and because I feel like we've been getting a lot of 15th to 30th.
Yes, that is probably
songs.
That is it.
Yeah.
That is literally, you took it.
Yeah,
out of my head.
We've been getting a lot of 15 to 30s, and unfortunately, the 1 to 15 still isn't full yet.
A lot of right side of the board.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of right side of the board, and unfortunately, like I've only got like 8 songs on the left side, so I get what you mean.
Yes,
but I think that we're now starting to build a bit more of a cohesive list of songs that I think will put on a good performance for Eurovision this year. So that being said, Callum. We might close it out.
Yeah.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts are I do think that there's a lot of middling performances this year.
Got a lot of chaff and we're still waiting for the wheat to grow.
A lot of masculine energy, like male solo artists this year. I'm excited for the likes of Australia. I'm excited for which makes me very patriotic. I'm excited for the likes of Denmark. I'm excited for the likes of Germany. And honestly, I'll throw one to Iceland as well. Like I don't know what their qualifying chances are going to be like, but I'm going to have a great time like slapping you with a fish as I like sing this song. So yeah, like I would say it's been an up and down roller coaster of like quality, but I do think that we're getting a pretty crystallized top end of the board that I'm excited to listen to.
I will say nothing's touching my number 1 at this stage from the things that we have seen.
Nothing's touching my top 4 at this stage.
But it feels like I'm really starting to fill out that 5 to 15 now with songs that I'm happy with.
Yes.
Because like I think as time has gone on, I think Slovenia was still up in my my top 15.
Because there were only 15 songs.
Yeah, and I do not want that.
No.
I want them to be very firmly down where they belong. Yeah. I think that we are going to continue to see a few more quality songs, but I do think that we've probably seen the bulk of the big hitters for this year.
So I've my sources coming live through the grapevine now.
Thanks,
telling me to thank you, Joe, for the live feed. Are telling me Eyes on France.
Yes.
But not for a bop, but for just an incredibly beautiful ballad.
Yep.
And I'm always watch out for Sweden. Like that's kind of like a given.
Yeah, because there seems to be a very, very reasonable level of confidence that we will be seeing another former Eurovision winner returning.
Yes. But I think that I'm still feeling really good about a certain Erika Vickman's chances, and I think that I think we're pretty good there. But we're looking into the crystal ball, and as we said, that is a different episode. Yeah. How are you feeling about the quality of those 9 songs that we spoke about today?
I'm feeling. I feel like there's some big highs and some low lows.
Yeah.
And a couple of middle ones as well. So I feel like that's a pretty cohesive list of songs to go through. And I look forward to joining you all in Helsinki in 2026.
And I think that's a great place to end this episode. So thank you so much for watching, guys.
Thank you.
Another really exciting group of songs. And we'll be back to recap a whole bunch more soon. So stay tuned for that. We should probably say hey, also, if you like us, please subscribe.
Yeah.
Please leave comments. We're seeing our little community grow, and it's very exciting.
Yeah, it's really nice to see. Follow us on socials. Subscribe here. We've got TikTok. We've got Instagram.
Yeah.
If you wanted to not look at our faces and just hear us in an audio format, we've got Spotify.
Yeah.
All of it is linked on our profile. So jump in, watch some of our previous videos. Whatever you need, whatever you want, we're here for you.
If you want to laugh and a half, then come watch us. Then come join us. Come join these 2 diva gals who just wanna have a chin wag and a yarn about all things Eurovision.
Exactly. We want to sit down for a little coffee. Have a little Eurovision chat.
A little savvy bee in a Eurovision chat.
Exactly. A little bit of pickled herring.
Exactly.
I'm just. Is that what they have in Finland?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching again, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.